Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. First of all, a very big thank you to her work and the judging committee for giving me this honor of this prestigious award. When I was first informed about the award, I was so surprised because I didn't know about the nomination. I subsequently discovered that it was a secret nomination put in by my ComChest colleagues who really wanted to celebrate my career and contributions in social service. So on their behalf, I accepted the award. Well, if Olivia find it hard to compress 33 years in 5 minutes to thank people, I was so grateful over how I've arrived at who I am today. It's 46 years to compress for me, so it's a bigger challenge, but we'll try in good spirit. As you've seen from the video, I grew up in a rather very modest family, a very simple background, in a small flat for most of my life to my late 20s. And growing up, I would hardly have imagined sitting here in this media conference to be counted in the list of women achievers who have won this award in the past decades, including Ms. Chua herself, who has been a great inspiration of women of strength to me in my career. I've never looked back since responding to a calling and joining the social service about 16 years ago. Well, it was an anomaly then for someone in the financial industry to cross over to social service. I was never alone throughout the journey. None of what I've achieved was ever done on my own, but with wonderful people who have come alongside to support me and to believe in the cause. In Community Chest, I'm very grateful to many corporate leaders from Singtel, from SingPowers, Capor, HSBC. It's a long list that I cannot all name, but deeply appreciate. They believed in the social needs that we've highlighted to them, and they rallied their employees to volunteer and to fundraise alongside us. The millions that we're able to raise every year is never through any individual effort, but a collective. And there were also many individuals who quietly donated on a regular basis, month by month, from a small amount of $5 to $500 to a program called Share in Community Chest. And this amount actually collectively amount up to a very good sum that helps many challenging causes that are hard to fundraise for, such as people with mental illness, adults with disability. So I'm deeply grateful to many corporate leaders, companies, and individuals who have helped us in Community Chest. The Care and Share movement for SG50, spearheaded by ComChest, was a highlight in my career because of the generosity I witnessed from Singaporeans. It was a movement that involved many charities who come in tandem when we had only a very small secretariat team of about 3 staff, but we mobilized 240 charities, and together over the 28 months relentlessly reached out to the community. And what I witnessed was that people from all walks of life came forward to show care and concern for the underprivileged as we were entering a moment of Jubilee celebration for our country. It speaks a lot about the people and the community and the nation that I've grown up with. And I was very, very shocked that it unlocked 800 million of donations from the community and also a 500 million matching grant from the government that meet existing and future needs. But ultimately, it has always been the social service users who have inspired me to press on. From very young children with disabilities to old elderly with very little family support, whenever I visited them or met them at charity events that Community Chest run, they never fail to smile, they never fail to respond with joy and hope and appreciation to the people that are organizing these events. And it made me realize what a privilege and how worthwhile it is to be able to give and to be able to help. I remember a young boy with learning disabilities who was abandoned by his unwed mom at the age of 2. You can imagine that's a very tough circumstance to have a child with special needs. But his grandma would not give up on him. But because of her own old age, she had to place him in one of the children's home for children with disabilities that's supported by Community Chest. So I saw him grow up throughout my years in ComChest. While he was also unfortunate to develop muscular dystrophy and had to be on a wheelchair, whenever I saw him, he was smiley and curious. As heart-wrenching as it may be to think of what he has to go through each day, I am comforted that he continues to live independently and with dignity because the community support. I have many people to thank at work and at home for what I am able to achieve today. I can't name them all, but I hope that everyone who has mentored and encouraged me know that you are very precious to me. It is on your shoulders that I've been able to do what I can today and continue on. One of the key people I want to thank, you saw in the video, is who I call my father at work. It's my chairman at Community Chairs, Mr. Philip Tan. He played a big part in stretching and empowering me to grow in confidence and in conviction. He did this by role modeling with a big heart and relentless hard work. He's a very, very hardworking chairman, and coupled with the advisor like Ms. Chua, you can imagine the work that we achieved was really on the shoulders of these giants. He encouraged me with the words of Comchair's Dr. Im Pei Liang, as you've heard in the video, that when we are asking for help for people who are disadvantaged, there's no shame and there's no fear. There are two women leaders that I would like to make special mention of because of deep and positive influences they have made in my life, and they are Ms. Ang Bilian and Ms. Jenny Chua. Bilian was my former CEO, a veteran social worker who had served in first batch of social workers to be trained in Singapore. She has converted me to be a social worker at heart, even though I'm an accountant by training. Ms. Chua has taught me to toughen myself. She has been a role model of strength who thrives so well in both the corporate and the community. And I remember a time where I was so tired, physically because of the intensity of the charity events that were mounting. And she was also traveling. And while ushering her to an event, I asked her, don't you feel tired, Ms. Chua? Are you aching all over? She said that, of course I do, but I don't complain about it. And I was like, wow, what's more for myself to press on? So I had wonderful role models like them. An incredible journey is not without its challenges and pressures on the home front, and my family has stoically stood beside me through it all. My mother is a big influence to me. She's a personification of unconditional love and warmth, and she has been an inspiration to me from young because of her giving spirit and her care for others. I am very, very lucky to have a very patient husband and a wonderful... I see that in him already. And a son who is really, really understanding and released me to the work that I love and encourage me. I've been richly blessed simply by serving others. I strongly believe in nurturing a community that cares for one another. We create a ripple whenever we care. As cliche as it may sound, no gift of time or talent is too small because the collective impact of small actions can move mountains. I hope that this award will encourage more of my fellow Singaporeans to play a part in creating a caring and inclusive society where no one's left behind. So I thank Hawa again for the honor of this prestigious award. Thank you.
Bravo.